Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little Amazon haul. I have you so far back. Usually I have you like right on top of my little makeup table here, but my tripod broke, so now I have you behind it. So I have this desk between us and it feels so weird, like my hands are just up here. I don't know where to put them. Anyway, today's video is going to be a little Amazon haul, and I'm not really going to be showing you very many clothes. I do have two little cute skirt sets that I want to show you, but other than that, I'm not going to be showing you any clothes. I've just noticed that you guys don't really care for my clothing selection, and that's fine. You know, I feel like we can't all dress the same, and depending on the paths that our lives took, we're probably going to dress differently. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't report to an office or anything like that. So there's no reason for me to buy, you know, office attire, or I don't know. I wear a lot of fitted stuff also, and I do realize I completely understand why many women wouldn't want to wear fitted clothes all the time, but I do. But I could tell that you guys don't like it. So anyway, I'm just not going to be doing very many clothing hauls much anymore. But for those of you who do kind of like the way that I dress, I'm still going to throw in some little clothes here and there whenever I do an Amazon haul. So anyway, I'm just going to be showing you a bunch of things that I've purchased recently, two things that I'm just kind of obsessed with. No, actually three things. I hate using that word, but anyway, I am kind of obsessed with at least two of them for sure. Before I get started, I did want to say thank you to a long-time subscriber. I feel like she's just a friend. Anyway, her name is Holly, and I just love her to death, and she's been so supportive. She's been with me literally like since the beginning. I'm not even joking. And it's funny because even sometimes I'll see her comments on other people's videos, and she's just so sweet and so supportive, and I just love her. And so anyway, she sent me a little gift. She sent me this lotion right here. She sent it to me because of the way that I guess I've described, you know, different scents and fragrances that I really like. And so anyway, she thought that I would like it, and I love it. It's toasted vanilla caramel, and it smells exactly like Christmas cookies. Like when we go to my parents' house every year around Christmas time and we make cookies, when we walk in the house, this is what it smells like. It smells like fresh baked cookies are being baked. And so I'm so addicted to putting it just on my hands. Every time I go in the bathroom and like wash my hands or something, I'll just put a little pump in my hands and rub it all over my hands and smell them because it smells so good. And then later I'll be doing something like touching my face in some way, and then I'm like, what's that smell? What's that smell? Because it smells so good. It smells like actual cookies. And so anyway, I just thought it was so sweet. So I just wanted to say thank you. Okay, so the first two things that I'm going to show you are my absolute favorites, and I'm just going to have to put up a little video here. And I always get so nervous whenever I put up like videos that kind of show the rest of my house. I had somebody ask me recently, like, would you do a house tour? Because she likes the way that I decorate in the parts of my house that she's seen. And, you know, the second she asked that question, like my anxiety went through the roof, because anytime you start, like decorating is so personal, you know? And anytime you start showing stuff like that, people can get so critical. Anytime I've watched other people's videos where they're showing around their house, people are so critical in the comment section, as if, you know, they have to put those things in their house. It's almost like, I'm sorry that the decoration I put on my wall isn't to your liking. You know what I mean? So it just makes me a little nervous whenever I show around my house sometimes. Anyway, recently I showed you guys these curtains right over here. I might just put up another picture of the curtains close up. Anyway, whenever I was picking these little curtains, I didn't realize that they were gonna mean so much to me. Somebody in the reviews said they remind me of French meets farmhouse. And I was just like, that's it. That is, I feel like that's how I've always tried to decorate without kind of knowing it. But for me, I always like, the only way that I knew how to describe it is that I like to bring the outdoors in. I love a lot of plants. I mean, I love live plants, of course, but I also like fake plants also. It's funny because there's only one section of my house, and I'm going to show you right here. There's one section of my house that just gets so much light, and it's in the front of my house. It's my foyer. We've got a huge window above the front door, and it brings in so much light. So my plants do best in that area. I did not originally intend to just have you know, a forest when you walk in my house. But I originally had a lot of those plants in other areas of my house that I thought were getting a lot of sun, but they just weren't doing very well. And so I pushed them all to the front foyer, and they thrive. They thrive. And there's something about plants that just bring me so much joy. I'm a nurturer by nature, so I love nurturing things. But when you know that you're responsible for something growing and thriving and becoming something very beautiful, it just, I don't know, it just means so much to me anyway. And so I love that with plants. There was a time where every Mother's Day, I told my children, all I want from you is a plant. You guys like put your money in together and get me a nice plant. So most of those plants that are in my foyer, and then I have some in on my back patio also, those are all from my children. And so there's also this like, I can't let them die. You know what I mean? Because they gave them to me when they were so much younger, and now they're, you know, my daughter's off to college and my son's a sophomore. So anyway, the only reason I brought that up is because the front section of my house is something that people might criticize because of the placement of the plants, or it just doesn't look right or whatever. But it's something that I love and that I enjoy. And when I see it, it brings me joy. Plants just bring me joy. And so anyway, it's that outdoors in kind of feel that I love, but then throw in like a little French twist to it. Oh my gosh, I was like, that is perfect. That's what I'm going with. That's what I want. Anyway, I just went on and on about all of that, and that has nothing to do with the first two items that I'm going to be showing you, but it does have to do with the third item. But the first two items that I'm really obsessed with right now, because they bring me joy every single morning when I get up and I go into my kitchen, and I'm going to put up a little video right here, and that is my candle warmer and my little fountain. And one of you guys told me about the candle warmer. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I didn't know you could buy a little lamp to just heat the wax in your candle. You don't have to light the wicks at all. Y'all, this candle warmer has a timer. You can adjust how high or how close you want it to your candle. And you can also increase or decrease the light and the heat. And I just love it every single morning. It's the first thing I do when I go into my kitchen. I turn it on and it just sets the ambiance along with my little fountain over there. That fountain, the sound of it, the way that it just like spins that little crystal ball on top, something about that fountain brings me so much peace and joy. And when I wake up in the morning, that fountain just goes on all day and all night. I never turn it off. You do have to clean it occasionally, and you probably only want to use purified water so that, you know, it doesn't create algae or anything like that, but you do have to clean it occasionally. But those two things, the light and the fragrance from the candle warmer, and then the little fountain, every single morning, they just start my morning out just perfectly. So if you're like me and you like to start your mornings out right with something that's just going to be kind of soothing and just cozy and comforting, then you'd probably like both of them. Okay, so for these next items, I am going to have to take you into my guest bathroom. And it's kind of funny because I was trying to film in there and I can't film it without being in the video myself. So I feel like I look so silly back there. Anyway, it's a whole kind of countertop bathroom set. And the second I saw it, I was just drawn to it. To me, it makes me think of the whole French meets farmhouse look. And I just love it. I love that it's green. I love that it has that crystal look to it. And I want to decorate around it. I feel like my bathroom right now, my guest bathroom, is not exactly like I want it to be decorated. I do want some different things on the walls, but as far as the countertops, I love the look. I put that little lamp in the middle there and I just love it. This little set, y'all, it was only $30. It looks and feels so expensive. It's heavy, it's glass. And the way that they ship it and the way that they packaged it in that, what do you call that, foam, that white foam. So there's no way it's gonna break. It is so beautiful and it just feels expensive. It really does. And I just love the look of it. I feel like I'm really gravitating to a green color, that sage color. Like I said, these curtains and then the ones right in front of me. When I walk into this room and the sun is coming through this window right here, everything looks like a hint of green. And I just love it. It just makes me feel a certain way. And so, okay, so next up is this little weighted mask right here. And I have been looking for something like this. I actually bought one prior to this one and I sent it back because it was too heavy. Like it gave me a headache. But this one, it just has, like, you have to open it up and it's got this in here and it's got these little beads in there. Now this is actually supposed to be like lavender scent. I don't smell lavender scent at all. As a matter of fact, it just kind of smells earthy and I wasn't crazy about it. And so I took it in my bathroom and I sprayed it with, I can't remember what it's called, that Bodycology body spray that I told you was kind of reminiscent of the EOS Vanilla Cashmere. And I sprayed it and then put it back in there. And you can barely smell it, you know, through this velvet cover, but I can get a little hint of it and I really like it. So anyway, the reason I bought this is because my husband wakes up every morning at 5 a.m. just on the dot. He likes to watch the stock market and stuff like that because we have a lot of money tied up in the stock market. And so he's just always wanting to stay on top of it. But I don't want to wake up and I don't know anything about the stock market. And so I always want something like a little mask for my face. And the masks that I have around here, they just kind of sit like over the bridge of your nose and I could still see, you know, the TV glaring. And so I wanted something that was a little bit weighted so that it would just cover all the areas, and this is perfect. So anyway, it looks like this and it does have a little adjustable strap in the back. I don't use it that way though. I just kind of lay it over my face. I don't feel like I need to wrap it around my head or anything like that. And I actually think, I'm not sure because I didn't feel like it was necessary. That's not why I bought it. But I think you might be able to put like the inside bag like in the refrigerator, or you might even be able to heat it up. I'm not sure, but I just didn't intend to use it like that, so I didn't even try to figure that out. And I feel like this would come in handy if you're traveling. Like we're gonna be going to my in-laws for Mother's Day, and my daughter, she always takes a nap on the way, and I'm gonna let her borrow this, which I don't know if I should because she always takes things. Once she likes something that I'm like, hey, you gotta try this, it just becomes hers somehow, like my sunglasses. Okay, speaking of glasses, I showed you guys some sunglasses in a recent video, and I knew once my daughter saw them, she would want them, and she did. She was like, oh my God, I love these. She loves the way that they look on her. So I went ahead and bought myself another pair, but these are a little bit different. The ones that she stole are all plastic. These actually have some metal there and then also some metal there, but they're still plastic, like right here, you know, the nose piece. So, you know, they're not gonna rip your hair out if you put them on top of your head. And this is what they look like. Y'all, this style is so viral right now on TikTok. It's like every other video I see is somebody wearing these sunglasses. I do wish that I would have gotten just a brown or a black instead. I'm not sure I'm crazy about this. I got the blush. However, I don't feel like they look very blush. I feel like they look more of a peach color. And so even though I think they're really pretty, and I want to say in the description, I think it did say that they were polarized. So somebody said if you can see through the lens, then they're not polarized, but I want to say it said in the description that they were. I could be wrong, but anyway, so this, I just went ahead and bought myself another pair, very similar, exact style, except different like arms and stuff like that. Okay, so next up is this little fan right here. I actually bought it from my mom because we're gonna be going to a summer wedding at the end of August in Arizona. So it is gonna be so hot. Originally, I did buy those little handheld fans and I was gonna give one to my mom. I'm gonna take one for myself, but then I thought my mom might think that's too much work. Just kidding. My mom watches all of my videos. She's probably like, you better shut your mouth. The only thing that I do not like about this fan is the way you have to open it. Like it has this little like indentation there so that you can put your nail in there and just kind of, you know, pry it open. But I feel like I'm gonna lose a nail. But once you get it open, it's so awesome. Watch this. And it blows really cool air. Like it feels so good. So that's just, it only has 2 speeds. Here's the next speed. And it's so cool. It really is. It's very cooling. I don't know how it feels like it's blowing cooler air that's even in the room. That's kind of odd. But you know, I feel like it just dawned on me that I doubt that they want little fans going on during the ceremony. Maybe that was a bad idea. But you know what? I used it this morning because maybe I'll just keep it. Never mind, Mom. If you're watching, I'm sorry you're not getting this. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I used it this morning because I put on my eyelid primer and then I just dried it real fast. And you know, it'll work for anything that you put on your face and you want to dry real fast, but I just think it's so cute. And I think it was like, I don't know, 10 bucks or something like that. Works really good. So if you live, like we live in South Texas, and sometimes we'll go to like outdoor restaurants and it gets really, really hot. And this would come in handy. Okay, so this is actually the next day and I decided I'm gonna film the rest of this video out here because for whatever reason, it does not matter how much lighting I have in that room, whenever I back away from it, like everything turns a different color. Like my skin, all my skin on my body and especially my face turns like a dark gray for some reason, and I cannot fix it to save my life. I've looked up every tutorial. I've turned off True Tone on my phone and everything because I film with my phone. I think I just need to get a camera. But, and so anyway, I decided to come out here because the lighting is so much better and everything looks nice and vibrant and I look normal. So anyway, I'm gonna start with these little flip-flops right here. You guys know how much I love them. I think the first time that I showed you this style of shoe was like 3 or 4 years ago because I remember my hair was really long and so I think it was around 2020. Anyway, these are Valentino inspired. They look almost exactly like the Valentino sandals. But anyway, I love them so much. I have a black, a white, a nude, hot pink, and now this blush color. And y'all, look how cute they are. These have already been worn. I have not worn these out yet. I bought them because I have a hot pink shirt, I have a hot pink little handbag, and then a skirt with a lot of, you know, flowers on it, and they have a lot of hot pink, so I thought that's gonna go so cute. Now I did want to say, they are not like super comfortable. So if you're gonna be going to an amusement park or you're gonna be going to the mall or something like that, I probably, well, I've worn them to the mall for sure, and I wear them grocery shopping all the time, and I get compliments on them all the time, and because they're so cute. They have like little studded bows. But anyway, they are a little bit heavy, and so you probably, if you're gonna be walking long distance, don't wear them. They're mainly, you know, just for short distances and for looking cute. Okay, now I have 3 handbags that I wanna show you, and this is the first one. Y'all, look how beautiful this is. It looks like it's tweed. Now I know Chanel makes a tweed handbag, like a multicolored tweed handbag, and I wanna say Kate Spade does too. And so they just kind of have, you know, a similar look, but obviously it's not Chanel or Kate Spade, but it's just so cute. Now the only thing that's just kind of odd about this is how hard it is. Like it's like a hard feel, but you know, hopefully nobody's coming up and squeezing your handbag, but it's just kind of odd how hard it is. I do have another bag like that and I don't really mind it. It's just different. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's got a zipper right there in the middle. And look how cute this looks. Now I put on my little Valentino inspired, you know, flip-flops, and look how cute that is. Isn't that so beautiful? I feel like it's a perfect size too. I'm really into smaller purses right now, and this is actually a perfect size for me. I like it. Now you can wear it just like this, or you can actually wear it cross-bodied. And I feel like it looks so cute, just cross-bodied like this too. Isn't that so precious? That is, oops, my earring just fell out. Anyway, I feel like it looks so cute both ways, but I think I actually prefer it like this. I actually prefer when the strap is just a little bit shorter and it's like right up under my arm. That's my favorite. I think that this is so, so cute. And y'all, I wanted to show you that this bag that I've showed you before, this also has kind of like that hard material. They just feel really, really structured. But this one is also super cute. See, I like how it's, I guess it's about the same length. I like that length when it's like right up, you know, up above like your elbow, but under your arm or right at your elbow, you know? Okay, so next up is this beautiful handbag right here. And look at how beautiful it is, y'all. It is so well made. Look at the stitching. It's got, again, a very Chanel look to it with the straps and everything, and it's quilted. I actually bought my mom the apricot one because I know she would want something a little bit more neutral that can match with anything, but I'm really into pink right now, so it had to be pink. Now they do have this in a smaller version, and as a matter of fact, they said this one or this bag was frequently returned because people thought it was going to be smaller, and I did too. I thought it was going to be smaller, but it's not, and I still love it, and so I'm definitely going to keep it. Now I actually got it to go with the pair of pink flip-flops that I bought, but then also these. I got these from Shein, and I looked everywhere, all over Amazon, all over everywhere, trying to find some pink little low heel sandals, and I couldn't find them anywhere, and I found them at Shein, and I was like, they're so inexpensive. They were probably like $12 or something like that, and they're so cute. Let me show you. Okay, aren't these just the cutest little shoes ever? They have little bows. I have a friend named Dana, and she and I dress identical. I mean, definitely. And she told me about these shoes and then another pair. Let me go ahead and show them to you. These pair right here, these are from Shein also. They have like a satin little top like that and a bow. These are actually a little bit more comfortable. The only reason these are uncomfortable is because of the top. Like, it's pretty tight. I wore these on Easter. These are the ones I wore on Easter. But look how cute this looks with the cute little pink bag. I mean, I told you, I'm in my feminine era right now. I'm prissy all the way. Everything has to be pink, floral, bows, all the pastels. That's what I'm into right now. So obviously I'm buying a lot of like pale pink stuff, and I just think that this looks so cute. Y'all, my toenails are actually lavender, but you can't see them, which is why I keep them white, because I want my toenails to be like, hello, you know. Anyway, let me show you what this purse looks like on the inside. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's got like a satin feel. It's got that zipper right in the middle. I feel like these might go a little bit better. Can you see them? I can't tell if I'm in the viewfinder or not. I have a mirror like up above trying to see myself, but I don't know. Anyway, because I've got you front facing. Oh, so cute. So cute. I really wanted some low heel pink sandals to, you know, pull everything together on all these outfits, right? So the last little handbag that I have is this one right here. Isn't that beautiful? Y'all, you know what it feels like? It feels like a little puffer jacket. Like, it has that material to where if it got rained on, the rain would just like slide right off of it, you know what I mean? And again, it's got like the little braided top handle, and I love that. I feel like it's just such a cute little detail. It's such a cute little feminine detail. Now, I actually bought a khaki one. I think it's khaki. It's a neutral. For my daughter, because she loved it, but she wanted something that she could just wear with everything, and she says it's a perfect size and everything. And I actually bought it to go with the little Valentino inspired flip-flops, because they're both kind of a muted pink. They're not like a pale pink or a bright pink. Now, this handbag is actually a little bit bigger than the rest. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but you know, it just kind of depends on what size of a handbag you like, but I feel like it goes so cute with these little flip-flops. And yeah, it's a good size. Like, if you're gonna go to an amusement park and you want to take a purse, you're gonna want something this size that you can shove a lot of stuff, and you could put a water bottle in here also. But it's just really nice. So let's see what it looks like on the inside. This is what it looks like on the inside. It does have one zipper over there, and that's it. Now right there it says Bag Smart, and I wish I didn't say that. I wish I could take that off. I mean, it's so small, so you would have to be so close to see that, but I don't know. I don't really like the sound of that, Bag Smart. But anyway, I feel like it's a really cute bag, and again, I get to have pink on, even if I'm not wearing it, you know, and it just makes me look girly. Okay, y'all, if I have not brought my girly girl energy to you quite yet, then this little skirt set is really gonna take the cake. Now, I did wanna say, I almost didn't get it because the reviews were not that great, but there was one girl who had like family pictures with her family wearing this exact color, and she sold it for me. I just thought, oh my gosh. And mainly people were saying they didn't like the material. To me, this material feels exactly like 100% rayon. I have a top that's 100% rayon, and this feels exactly like it. I don't mind this material at all, but y'all, okay, isn't this so cute? Like, I can see wearing this to a vacation, on a cruise, to a family reunion. It is just so feminine. It's got the high-low, it's got you know, you get to pretend like you're wearing cropped, even though you have this much skin showing, you know what I mean? But it still has that look. I love the little ruffles. I love the floating sleeves. I always call it that. I actually love the material. I love how thin it is, and I love the ruffle on the bottom. I love the way it kind of like, you almost feel like you're wearing a cape, you know, down below. But, oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is so cute. The only thing I wish is I wish it was a little bit longer. Like I wish it just came down a little bit more to my knees, but no, this is gorgeous. And y'all, these little flip-flops right here actually match it perfectly. And I feel a little bit better. I don't know why with like flats. I think I'm the only girl in the world who does not prefer to be taller. Everybody's like, how to make your legs look longer, how to appear taller. And I'm like, I don't want to be taller. I love being 5'3.5". And my husband loves it too. My husband, he's 6'1", but he prefers shorter girls. And so I fit right in, fit right in to what he prefers. And so anyway, I do prefer to look shorter, and it's the one reason why I don't wear heels very often. I don't like the way that I look taller. I feel like I look different. I don't feel like I look like me. And so, but this with little, you know, flats just keeps it nice and casual, but still very, very cute. Okay, y'all, this is the last little dress or little skirt set that I'm going to show you. And if you have a vacation planned for the summer, or if you have a family reunion, or if you have beach pictures that you know, family beach pictures or something like that, you have to get this. Isn't this so gorgeous? Like this is, I would never wear this like to a restaurant, to, you know, out or anything, because it shows so much of my midsection. But we do beach bonfires so often. We have family reunions every summer, and this is going to be perfect for that. Now I did want to show you, it does have like little shorts down here. I wish it was a little bit shorter. That's the only problem. If you're a tall girl, you would love this, because as you can see, I have on these little, you know, I have some height here. Without it, I will step on this dress, and I have, which is, at first I was like, oh my gosh, do I return it? But I'm like, there's no way. No way am I returning it. It's so beautiful. Now you don't have to tie it like this. As a matter of fact, most women wrapped it and then tied it in the back, but I have a scar. I don't know if you can see it. It goes from here, like all the way down, almost to my belly button in a zigzag. Whenever I was younger, my abdomen was just ripping apart. And so they had to go in and sew it back together. And I had a bad reaction. I keloided. And so then I had to have reconstructive surgery on the keloid. So they took off the keloid and tried to sew it in a zigzag, and it still didn't work. So I ended up having to get a ton of steroid shots in my stomach. It was so wonderful. It felt so good. No, it was very, very painful. So anyway, this is so cute. I mean, you will definitely get compliments wherever you go in this dress, because how could you not? Look at that. Isn't that so gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I don't think you'd be able to wear a bra. I have on those little cakes, those little nipple covers that just kind of use your body heat to stick to you. They're called grippy, not sticky. They don't have any like stickiness on them. So they just like cup onto your boobs. It's kind of funny. Anyway, isn't this cute? Isn't this cute? Don't I look so feminine? Now, most of the other women in the reviews had it like this, with it tied in the back like that, but it's not working for me. It makes it too big, like it's too big here. So no, that wouldn't work for me anyway. Now, I also suppose that you could, you know, pin it, or you could probably sew on a little iron hook or something, or just pin it if you don't want it that low cut. I do not want it that low cut. That would make me feel not confident either. I would want it to be closed like that. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate your time. I wanted to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. We are so awesome, aren't we? If you love your job as much as I do, like I love being a mom. I feel like I was born to be a mom. Like I'm not even joking. I'm just a nurturer by nature, and my 2 children are the biggest blessings of my life. And so anyway, hopefully yours are too. So happy Mother's Day. As usual, I'm gonna have links to everything that I showed you in this video. I'm gonna have those links in my description box. I'm also going to pin them to the top of the comment section. And so yeah, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully I will see you back here next week.